try to lighten things up for a second. This is a poem that I'm working with. I'm going to work into this book a little bit. This is called Arrival. Once upon a time, I was a sperm. I had a tail and an idea. I wanted mastiff teeth and oxygen. I wanted black hooves and fur. I wanted to press like a star through a hole in the ether. I wanted to build a heartbeat out of bloodthirsty crayons and catcher's mitts. I wanted a tongue so I could taste the brine and swell of a woman's body. Once upon a time I idled in the bloodstream of my father when he was thinking of a simple house with a kitchen where he could read the newspaper and nothing could touch him. I shot out of the dream in his flesh, a bodiless hallucination of the sun. I swam through Paleozoic coral with a genetic treasure in my little sack. I conquered the armies of Mongols and Napoleons. There was much blood and laughter. I roasted the skins of dinosaurs on bark-covered spits. I shined a light out of the cave. I made a signal on the wall. I carved electricity into the moss. The sun was already full of burning bicycles and tin anthropoids who sweat through the reruns on sewer lids. But I didn't know that yet. I covered myself in ram's wool and beat a path. I spent eons firing up the wheel. I rolled through the temple slinging tambourines over my head. The moon was my first thought. I dreamed the bats in its eyes and the prayers it was made of. I rode a wooden ship across the ocean with the empty stomachs of my grandfathers. I pushed through jungles of mysterious sap with the screaming empire in my veins. I shot mythologies out of the sky. They showered down in glistening shards that melted on the heat of me. I pulsed and lulled beneath the pink raindrops that fell from the ceilings of ovaries. I picked up an accent before I could speak. When I crawled out of the sea, my eyes were blue. Some medical prodigy held me up by the ankles and said, "Look, it's a boy." Working through this here. Go to this one then. This poem is called Tonight. Tonight the raspberry is a bewitching tit. Tonight the barbell sings of loneliness and Saturday holsters her seed like a six-shooter. Tonight the dinosaur hums in his throat of dusty encyclopedias leching after the hand grenade's Bible mouth. Tonight one Custer general wets his mustache in a grave of milk as a white mare gives birth to a pasture of envelopes. Tonight the stars are throwing a party for the sky, shooting streamers of pink out of their barking mouths. Tonight the monkey stands up in the jungle and weeps over a silk tie as vines of schizophrenia sway like unbuckled belts. Tonight cars with sinister imaginations walk upright along the freeway, imitating dictators they saw in the garage. Tonight a delusional woman climbs the broken shelves of her childhood and spanks the microwave before putting the flag to sleep. Tonight colleges vomit deflated volleyballs and the red lips of professors puff like criminal cigars. Tonight computers turn into water and spill like lap dances down the legs of computers who turn into water and spill like lap dances. Tonight is the night of tanks, verdant prowlers, daddy warbones. They drink from gasoline pools and guard the open wound of another convenience store. Tonight flashes off and on like a stripper teasing a lost boyfriend out of a dollar bill. Tonight the blueberry walks across my tongue, shouting something I've never heard. Who's sick of me right now? Everybody's... You guys all want to leave, man. Move along here to... sorry, I had this in mind and I kind of lost my place. This poem is called... This poem is called Moon. Look, it's the moon, white as salt, a real thinker, my pal, old crater paw, night monkey without a prayer. What are you doing up there with your missing rivers? Do you know the sound of calculus in a sad boy's head? Do you wish for lizards? For the chameleon to nest in your ear and strike at the sun like a fist? Are you hunting traffic again, sad voyeur? When you roll like a bathtub through the living rooms of the poor, no one seems to care. Dawn spider, always crawling from the party with a head full of Cadillacs. Do you want a room to sleep it off? You've been awake for years, listening to the ocean splash. Do you want a fish to shine on your ugly neck? Wonder sphere, Mr. Pull, chewing at our dreams like a magnet. I love your empty heart. If you asked for a cricket, I'd blow you like smoke. You would be the dead white thing that touches every murder. You would be the newsman's cold voice when he says hostage in the milk. No snowball, no sky ditty, no radar target for the modern delirium. Do a few more here. This is actually a title poem from my book that I'm working on. This poem is called Graduating from Eternity. 16 minutes before work, the sky is forking stars, dangling them between the treetops. I am gaining rhythm, the woolly mammoth, the Mongol peasant, the Minoan sport of bull leaping. Be patient, we are living it in our sleep, and when we awake, it is all an encyclopedia for the kids. I ram a stick in my mouth and bleed smoke. Between buses I choke on the faces of the poor. I am one of them, and it itches in my pocket like a nickel with fingers. Starbucks squats on the corner like a temple of steam. The man without a home is slobbering. He turns into moss, and a piece of glass slides out of his mouth. We are growing. The sky is a hospital of humming incubators. Babies with star-spangled parachutes snarl into cell phones no bigger than a seed. A mortgage in Miami for the first astronaut that lands on his feet. Horatio Alger meets the brave new world. Work, at a haircut, flipping burgers, red necktie. Could mean a cheap room overlooking a plot on the moon.